Okay, I'm back. As you might be able to tell from my voice, have just had such a nightmare trying to get this set up today. It has taken an hour because I turned on the laptop, got everything set up, Elgato running, got my microphone plugged in, everything's all good, and the computer just decided to reboot. So I'm like, right, fine, you reboot. So it reboots, comes back on, then it starts acting really weird. It won't open any of the programs. I try and open the task manager to see, look at the processes, see what's eating it. Task manager won't open, nothing will open, so I'm like, right, okay, I'll try Control Alt Delete and try and see if I can get the task manager to open from there. And then it comes up with an error message being like, can't load the sign-in options. And it was like, the computer encountered an error trying to open Control Alt Delete, you'll need to restart from your power button. And I'm like, right, fine, so I do that, and then it reboots and it's still not working and nothing's opening, so I reboot it again. And then eventually it sits for ages just doing nothing, and then eventually all the programs I've clicked start opening at once, and I'm like, okay, right, it must be back up and running again. So that's all good. Open up Elgato, and then Elgato's not working properly, and it's still not working properly. My edit scenes has disappeared, so I can't add my camera, which is why my camera's not on, because I literally can't add it, because there's no button to do so. The system is detecting my PlayStation 4 as an Xbox Series X, don't know why. It's not detecting the quality of the screen properly. It usually does that on its own, but it was detecting 720 for no reason. So I had to change it. I've had to change it to 180p 30, but that's not normally what it is either, because it normally sets it itself. So the Elgato's not working the way it's supposed to. But anyway, it's turned on, we're going. It took so long I started fucking cross-stitching while I was waiting on it. That's how bad it got. But anyway, right, we're going. So I don't remember what we were doing in this. Toby! I don't remember what this case was. Oh my god, look, he's got his own mat! Oh, that's so cute. I didn't even notice that. Oh, that's so cute. I love you, Toby. Right. I don't even remember what the case is that we were doing. It's called the Abbey Grange affair is the one we're on, and I don't know what Abbey Grange is, and I don't remember what happened. So, what's the button? Here we go. The Abbey Grange affair. Holmes receives an urgent late-night summons from Inspector Lestrade. Something is wrong at the Abbey Grange. It appears to be a case of murder. I don't remember what the Abbey Grange is, and I don't remember why we care. Yeah, what I was going to say is, you might remember at the end of the last episode, I realised that every decision I've made so far has been wrong. And I didn't realise that when it went red, it meant it was wrong. I'm an idiot. That obviously is incredibly, it's very obvious I'm just dumb. But yeah, and I was wrong with such conviction as well. I was sure it was Liam Hartley, because, he was having an affair with a wife. He was there every day because he was the gardener. She said they didn't have a gardener, and they do. He had, the lockbox thingy in his shed. So I was sure it was him. The idea that it was Patrick Cairns made no sense to me, because, he had, we had one conversation with him, and he was like, yeah, I went round, that's why my, thing was there that said PC, my cigarette case thing, but that didn't prove that he killed him, that just proved that he'd been there. And, I felt like the other guy had more, Liam Hartley had more reason to kill him, and the wife was all upset. She clearly thought it was Liam Hartley. So I was like, yeah, Hartley, definitely. And then I checked the walkthrough, and it was like, no, it was Patrick Cairns. And I'm like, why? I literally had no evidence. I had no reason to think it was him. And then I was sure that the Mexicans sealed in the Chileans, because I thought that they'd taken that bit of track from next to the lake, but it actually was the Chileans drowned the Mexicans, so I completely fucked that up. I wasn't sure about Pitkin at the time, I just didn't like him, but I completely didn't think it was whatever that other guy's name was. What's his name? Hornswoggle or something, I don't know. Blitzhorn. Blinkhorn. I didn't think it was him at all, and apparently it was. So, I've done shit at this so far, so I'm determined that in this case, I'm gonna not fuck it up. So let's try really hard this time to get it right.
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's
I forgot I'm using my TV.
preferable to Mrs. Hudson's cold cuts. I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe...
The letter is on the table.
Shut up,
I
Watson.
agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson's cold
Oh, he's eating John's shoe. Oh, you're so cute. I love you, Toby. Shut up, Watson. I get it. I'm getting there. Fuck off.
The letter is on the
Right,
table.
I get it. Shut up. Right, where's this fucking letter? It says on the table. What table? This table. Right, letter. 221 Baker Street, London.
A wax seal with the monogram E.B.
Brackenstall?
The Brackenstall family coat of arms.
Who? Can I open this fucking letter? Like, is that a thing I'm allowed to do?
I can tell from
I'm just looking at it.
handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter.
Who's the Brackenstalls? Who's E.B.? It came from Lestrade, so who's E.B.? Dear Mr. Holmes, I should be very glad of your immediate assistance in what promises to be a most remarkable case. It's something quite in your line. Except for releasing the lady, I will see that everything is kept exactly as I found it, but I beg you not to lose an instant, as it is difficult to leave Sir Eustace there. Brackenstall. Alright, maybe Lestrade sent it from these people's house, and their name is Brackenstall.
So, what is it?
Ow, I'm sitting on my leg.
Promising, as always.
Ow!
It appears to be a case of murder.
It's always murder when Sherlock's around.
Dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the E.B. monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
I just live in hope that this fucking works, man. Oh my god, the sun is in my eyes. Okay, Abbey Grange. Off we go. Oh wow, very fancy.
Ah, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She is in the morning room with her maid, Teresa Wright.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
Yeah, I keep forgetting I can change his outfit and stuff. I've just got him kicking around always wearing the same thing. Rightio. Evidence. We've got Lestrade's statement. Seems to be robbery which turns into a murder. Lady Brackenstall was assaulted and tied to a chair. Sir Eustace Brackenstall, which tried to resist... What? Sir Eustace Brackenstall, which tried to resist, is dead. That's a terrible sentence. His head was knocked in with his own poker. According to the Lady Brackenstall's words... According to the Lady Brackenstall words, it was... oh my god, what's wrong with this? Sir Eustace Brackenstall, which tried to resist, is dead. His head was knocked in with his own poker. According to the Lady Brackenstall words, it was Lewisham gang of burglars, the three Randalls. That sentence was a fucking mess. Investigate the murder, inspect the room where Lady Brackenstall was resting. Holy fucking, that was a mess of a sentence. Jesus Christ. Anyway, stuff like that really fucking
Sir
annoys me.
Warthen Brackenstall.
He looks utterly terrifying. Who's this guy? Fucking Karl Marx over
Lady
here.
Brackenstall awaits
Shut
you in
up.
the morning room.
Lord Brigham Brackenstall.
Brigham Brackenstall. I don't know why I'm saying stall.
Lord Ramsay Brackenstall.
Ramsay.
Baron Lyndon Brackenstall.
Lyndon. Bunch of Tories, a lot of them. Oh, fucking Churchill.
Lord George Brackenstall.
Why is he got a mohawk? Actually, no, that's like...
Seems rather
He
austere.
looks like George Michael gone wrong. Oh, God, right. What way am I going?
Lady Brackenstall awaits
Apparently
you in the
not that
morning
way. What button's my on? Here we go. It's been a wee while since I last played this. I've forgotten the buttons already.
Ladies, allow me to introduce
Oof.
myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please
She did it.
accept my deepest condolences.
It's an
I
insurance
suppose that
thing.
it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... oh God.
Please.
Her voice reminds me of
As I approached the
Siri.
French window, I found myself face
Like,
to face
from
with
The
an
Witcher,
elderly,
not
broad-shouldered
the phone
man who had
thing.
just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker.
Absolutely mental camera work there.
Swore. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
Girls like boys do nothing new. Right, ew. Fresh bruises. Yeah, her eye looks like, oh, that's, you know I don't like eyes. Pale cheeks. White lips, pale face, breathing in the snowflakes. Kangaroo and emu, Australian. Doesn't sound Australian. Elegant dress. Old bruises. Wedding ring. Keen observer. Nice. Is something missing?
Did
Like-
these three villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
Not a happy
You
marriage.
mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
I see.
I see.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those
Or did
bruises?
she cause them by punching him in the face?
Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time, out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Your
Killed him.
ladyship?
Her and Teresa are having an affair, and they killed him. That is my conclusion.
Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
My testimony is, Alexa, play... No, fucking don't!
Here's a station.
No!
Play back classic rock.
Alexa, stop! No! Alexa, stop! Never mind.
As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
Do you remember that episode of Fillmore, right? Where, like, there was someone who was, like, locked in a room, and they said that they'd been, like, tied to a chair. But Fillmore proved that you couldn't get in the window wearing the lobster costume, so he must have... What was it again? Something about him trying to get through the window with a lobster costume, which proved that the guy locked himself in the room. Someone else didn't lock him in the room. I was going to say that's what that reminds me of. Like, you tie yourself up and you're like, I got tied up. But it's like, no, you did that to yourself. But clearly I need to rewatch that episode of Fillmore because I can't remember what that storyline was. The one with the stolen lobster costume or whatever. If you never watched Fillmore, you should. The first season's on Disney+, the second season is on YouTube. You should watch it. Fillmore's the greatest TV show ever. Wrinkles. She doesn't look that old. Coffee stain. Oh, right, on her dress. I was looking at her hands. Because I was thinking she looks bruised as well, but they're just working hands, apparently. And a handkerchief. Vinegar smell resuscitation. What? Okay, right. Inspect the dining room. It's very pretty in here. Big fan, big fan. You can see the I button now that I've not got any camera. Girls like
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame.
Ooh. Ooh, a safe.
Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it.
Sightings, heard your name. That's gonna be stuck in my head now. Right, what we got? A photograph. Is that it? Is that all we got? Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa.
See? Lesbians.
Port, but which one?
Solve that puzzle. The Rock of Gibraltar, Adelaide, 1893.
So the lady and her maid came from Australia.
They do not sound Australian.
On this ship.
Girls like boys do nothing new. The Times. Family business booming. The Randall gang is back on the street. 5 pages. Less than a fortnight ago, this infamous family of burglars, the Randalls as they are known, made their reappearance by way of a brutal but successful intrusion into one of the wealthier homes in Sydenham? The police are already on their trail. However, the details of the crime are being kept confidential, including the name of the victim. A witness was able to provide a precise description of all 3 men, and this will surely give the police a chance to complete their profile on this family of delinquents. We would take the liberty of reminding our esteemed readers about the highly dangerous band and to provide the full description as it is available at this moment. The gang has been in business for some considerable time, being a family of 3, a father and 2 sons. The elder, Jack Randall, is a man in his 40s and already grey-haired, while of average height and build. Being the mastermind behind the burglaries, I can't say that word, burglaries, he retains control over his sons, both of whom are close in age but very different in appearance. The first son, William Randall, is tall and broad-shouldered with a small, disproportionate head. The younger brother, Melvin Randall, is of a somewhat weaker constitution and as skinny as a rake. The gang is wanted not only for their frequent thefts and break-ins, but for their exceptionally brutal pirate career they enjoyed before returning to England. Be alert and may your valuables stay safe.
The description of the Randall gang provided by Lady Brackenstall is identical to the one at Times article.
Is the issue. There we go. Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's... And the Times are... Look at the... Like, I don't want to be, you know... She's a victim of domestic abuse and I'm accusing her, but... Lion. I love that picture of the dog. Right, I want to see what we got. So we can ask her about the safe. What does it say about our suspect? So we've got Lady Brackenstall, not quite 25, is from a wealthy Australian family. She's been married for little more than a year. She has, in all probability, suffered physical violence over the course of the last fortnight. The lady lives a solitary lifestyle, seldom venturing outside. I'm sure he probably was abusive, and she maybe had every right to kill him. I'm just pretty sure she killed him. You know, I'm all for these two doing a Two Blacks Cadillac situation, you know what I mean? Like, go for it, girls. Teresa's very attached to her mistress. Her mistress, eh? And has known her for a considerable time. She's the only resident servant at the Abbey Grange, cooking for and serving and nursing Lady Brackenstall. She would not hesitate to protect her in the event of any... So, do you think these two lassies, right? They've been in love. They've been dating for years. They come all the way over from Australia so that one of them can marry rich. They can get a big house. She can work in the big house. They can all the time. And then they bop off the husband and then they get all the stuff and they live out their big lesbian dreams together. And if I have to charge one of them, I don't want to because I am happy for them and they deserve everything. Give these two girls everything. We've only got 3 people involved in this case. We've only got, like, a few folk left to meet. Gosh, we're getting towards the end here. I mean, I think there's, what, 6 cases? We're on 4, so yeah. Right, you. Open the safe.
Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
Convenient.
We have to open it. Your ladyship? Let us try to open this safe. This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
Me, when I used to forget my locker combination at school. Which happens more than you'd think. The problem with the locker combination was I didn't really know the combination. I knew it was more muscle memory in terms of when you turned it. So when I actually, like, would go away for, like, 2 weeks on, like, you know, Easter break or whatever, when I came back, I couldn't remember what the combination was because I'd never really learned it. I just did it from memory. So I did used to have to stand there and turn it and wait for it to kind of, like, I would have to stand and try and figure it out from, like, the clicks. Right, yo, so how do it... Alright, here we go. And what way is it going to vibrate? Right, is it 15? Okay, yes. No, not 5? Ah, there we go. I just didn't click it properly. $17? Way! Righto. Examine. Ow, I need to stop sitting on my feet. They're going numb. Why would he keep his medical report in the safe? Your current physical and mental state is of great concern. There are several signs of hepatic decompensation. The last time that we met, your eyes were bloodshot and your skin was tinged with yellow. There's a particular odour from your breath that's common from those suffering liver damage. Then there are the lung abscesses that we have discussed. The leg cramps you have described to me are caused by an alteration to the nervous system, which in turn is caused by excess of alcohol. That includes the tremors. Your liver seemed excessively hard at the time of your examination, which is a sign of evolving cirrhosis. There are also signs of ascites, fluids in the peritoneal cavity, which are evident with your swollen stomach. The pain beneath your left rib indicates pancreatic malady, which may lead to fatal and fulminant pancreatitis. I'm doing well at this. Your condition may pose a risk to others. Your excessive alcohol consumption lowers your self-control and heightens your aggression. I am available to help you with this problem. There are a number of treatment options. Alrighty.
It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal. Antique coins, possibly of value.
Right. Can we ask her about it? Yeah, we can.
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
Oh, apparently no, we can't. You can ask her?
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks.
Oh,
of
okay. I really didn't think that would be her. Okay.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress.
I'm sure you did.
Devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so...
Okay, to be fair, she does kind of sound like she came straight out of prisoner cell block H.
If ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was especially hard for her.
Okay, so we've got some deductions here. Randall's are well known from Australia, no personal life. She had no social life or any close friends. He's violent. Right, so these two? Yep. So we've got the Randalls. The robbery was faked and the whole story invented in order to blame Sir Eustace's death on the Randalls. The testimonies and evidence match and point to the Randall gang. I am very much of the opinion that it's not. I am very convinced that they've made this shit up. No acquaintance. Lady Brackenstall married Sir Eustace shortly after arriving in England and remained at home during that time. There's little possibility that she or her maid are acquainted with anyone in the country. The lady is acquainted with someone from the Rock of Gibraltar. We have literally no evidence to say that she's acquainted with someone from the Rock of Gibraltar, so I'm gonna say no for now, but maybe. I don't think those two go together, do they? No. Okay. Right. Right, so what's next?
Oh, what a horrible thing to have...
Why can I not talk to her about her husband's medical report? I talked to Lestrade about it. Yeah, okay. Cool.
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal.
Right. Oh, right, we weren't in the dining room. Okay, I thought that's the room that we were in, but no, it's the crime scene in the dining room. So we'll go and do that. 2 seconds, I am sending a text. Right, okay. So this way, probably? This room? Where did Watson go? Oh, Jesus.
You should examine the body
Oh,
of
here he is.
Justice Brackenstall.
He's just chilling, doing his doctoring. This is a nice house. Oh, look at that. I can go outside. Wow. Am I supposed to be out here? God, this is so pretty. Wow, look at this place. Look at the fountain. Now I'm just gonna go home. Fuck it. Oh, there's like a shed and stuff. Listen to the pretty music, man. I'm so happy for these two living out their lesbian love affair here at this big gorgeous house. I am so happy for them. I am going to deliberately accuse someone else. The sailor from the Rock of Gibraltar did it, and then I can let these two be happy. Ooh.
Antique hunting weapons.
The ground is either very shiny or very wet. What we got? We got a really nice clock. A lot of shit. A sideboard. We love a sideboard. I love a
These bottles are
sideboard.
expensive and mostly from France. This candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that it was not...
Surprise, it's not the murder weapon. We all know that posh people get killed in billiard rooms with candlesticks.
An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents.
Is there anything else here? Must be. What am I missing? I hate this. I hate this.
A
Aha!
bottle of wine is missing here. The criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware.
Okay. Picture.
This door leads to the
That's
upstairs
not
bedrooms.
what I was going
Apparently the
for.
criminals did not venture there.
Oh, but can I not go and explore their house? It's so
A hunting
pretty.
scene.
Alright, probably. Oh, what's that? A chair. Oh, that's the chair she was tied in, probs.
Knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers.
Ooh,
We need
maybe there is a sailor from the Rock and Gibraltar and he
follow
tied
the
her up.
trail. I will take it with me.
Oh, we can get Toby! We can get Toby to
This is
help!
the chair that Lady Brackenstall was tied to.
Oh man, I'm so excited. Oh, we're gonna get Toby. He's gonna solve the
A deer
crime.
hunt.
And he's gonna do such a good job, I just know it.
A decanter standing next to the open bottle. An inseparable pair indeed. Chateau Calon Ségur. French wine. Grand Cru. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing.
What is beeswing? I do not know this word.
There is beeswing at the bottom.
What is
as if the
beeswing?
wine had not been decanted before being poured.
I don't know wine things. I don't drink.
This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing.
What are you saying?
It is rather strange that only
Stop
one of
saying
these
beeswing.
glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other two are clear.
Stop saying beeswing and not explaining what it means. Dick.
A fur trader's cabin.
Alright, let's look at this decoy.
So, Watson, what have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's body?
That
Well, I
he's
can
dead,
confirm
sir.
that this instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
The head was cracked with the force of the blow. That must be the murder weapon. Quite a large stick, a formidable weapon. Barefoot, he had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress.
So I'm sure I was going to say, sure he wasn't just kicking about in his bare feet, but this is the 1800s. He probably wasn't kicking about in his bare feet, to be honest. I'm sure that would be incredibly uncouth. What else am I examining here? Oh.
It is covered in blood. Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation.
Because I'm sure Sherlock has at least 10 others. See, this is the problem, right? First of all, I'm proving that Sherlock Holmes is absolutely shit at crimes. Which is quite funny, to be honest. Like, by that logic, for the way this game's been going, Sherlock Holmes can't solve anything. But at the same time, he comes up with so many bloody deductions that he just completely confuses you. He's like, oh, well, this could be the solution, but maybe it was this. And that, my friends, is why we now have to prove things beyond a reasonable doubt. So you don't have people running about just making up shit. Me coming up with lesbian love affairs. Like, you gotta be able to prove stuff. You can't just make shit up. What is that a picture of? Oh, it's hunting. Lovely. Right.
It appears that the bell rope was
Ah.
cut by someone taller than me.
Sherlock's like, no one's allowed to be taller than me. I am the tallest man. Siam is the biggest country in the world. Shad's just chilling by the window. Oh, right, yeah, right, hold on. What am I doing now? I need to go and get Holby. I want to go and look outside more. This reminds me of The Witcher, but I can't think what place in The Witcher. Is that place? That's not The Witcher. Nope, that's Dragon Age Inquisition. That place in Dragon Age Inquisition where you go... It's like a kind of central place. There's shops. It's kind of fancy. Anyone know the name of it? I don't. I feel like at one point they were going to have an execution in the town square. There's some quest where you have to like look for bits of someone's clothes or something. Right, let's go and get Toby. Crikey. That's the thing, like, I loved that game so much when I played it, and then pretty much forgot everything about it, like, the second that I turned it off. I can't remember the name of any of the places. I remember there was a place, the sandy place, that was just a fucking nightmare for trying to get the shards. Good times. Anyway, right, Tobes.
Come on, Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire on this case.
Hell yeah, he's the best nose in the British Empire.
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable
Is he gonna follow
to
me?
Mrs. Hudson's cold cuts.
Are you coming with, or are you just chilling? Do I need to bring him? Alright, yeah, so I collect him, and then we're taking him back to Abbey Grange. Oh my god, he's in the car with me! Oh, look at him! Oh, hello. Hello, good boy. Oh, I love your ears, they're so long. And your eyes are so droopy, and I love you. I love Basset Hounds so much. They're one of my favourite dog breeds. They are so cute with their little stumpy legs and their big sad eyes and their big ears. Look at him!
Toby.
Oh, such a good boy. Oh my god, I'm the dog. Oh my god, I'm the dog. I'm playing as the dog. Look, see, dogs can see in colour, look. It's a bit off, but it's colour. Kind of. No, it's colour, it's colour. Okay, come on, Toby. Okay, you can run, I was going to say. Wow, he's going slow. I mean, Bassets don't go very fast, but... Aha, this is why we can go outside. Thank you, I'm over there, but thank... How's his face? Oh, he's so cute! I'm a dog person, I don't know if that's obvious. I love dogs more than people. And I, you know, have absolutely zero shame about that. I knew this little shed would need to be something. Come on, Toby! You're going so fast. You're the fastest boy. Oh, look, it's a little nose icon.
The intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware.
Okay, am I going back over here? Such a good boy. Oh, he solved all the cases so well. Such a clever boy. Are you taking me back in the house? We were just there. Or am I going the wrong way? Look at how slow he walks. Look at how slow he walks. And then even when you make him run, he's like... Trot, 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 trot. I once saw a collie and a basset hound playing fetch at a park, and it was such a shame, because, like, the collie obviously beat... Ah, right, Shezza's over here. The collie obviously beat the basset hound every single time, but the basset was still running. He was just happy to be there, and the collie would run and pick up the ball, and the basset would run, and then the collie would start running back, and the basset would turn around and start running back, and he was just happy to be involved. Collies are my favourite breed of dog.
The scent leads to the well. I should check it.
My dog was a collie, and my dog before that was a Doberman crossed with a collie. So I love collies. They are the smartest, they are incredible dogs, they are the friendliest, and they are absolutely crazy. But I also love bassets and I love Samoyeds.
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall. The criminals left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall. I wonder why they chose such a winding route.
They were getting chased by a squirrel. Because, I mean, I've been to London, and the squirrels, they will literally climb on you. It is very strange behaviour. Like, here, the squirrels won't come anywhere near you. They literally climb up and sit in your head. They do not give a fuck. London squirrels are built different. Can I go in here? Good. Rightio. What's this? A hook.
This hook.
Now, where's the blade? Because as we all know, the hook blade has two parts, the hook and the blade.
This old suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty. Bags of seed. Some empty bags were recently moved. Small gardening tools. Nothing of great interest.
Okay. I really like this garden. It's very pretty.
There's something glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it?
With your hook? Eee. What is this?
Silverware.
Oh, it's silverware from the house. Because they were making it look like a robbery when it wasn't one, so they put all the silverware in the well.
The Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have found the stolen silverware.
Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Get it? Because it's a well. Oh my god. Hi, boy. Hi, Topster. Oh, such a good boy. Hi.
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Love you.
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall.
I mean, can we go out and look at it? No. So that's useful. Look at him just chilling. Look at him, he's just standing there like, I'm just sniffing. I'm just having a good time out here in the garden. What's the button that changes to... No, not that. What's the button that changes it to first person view? There we are. Look at Hi, Topster. You looking good? You looking so cute? Oh, such a cute boy. Right, okay, shut up, Lauren. It's literally an animated dog. Go back inside. You are talking to an animated dog. You have lost the plot. Right, we've got some deductions and I haven't made any, so let's see. Oh, we've got loads of shit now, okay. Knotted rope. Sailor's knot. Blood inside the fireplace grate. Drinking problem. One time he set Lady Brackenstall's dog on fire. So she has a dog. I did say something might have chased him through the garden. I said squirrel, but she does have a dog. He threw a decanter at Thingby, Teresa. Poker, silverware found in the well. Beeswing, and I still don't know what that is. Dead body with a fractured skull. He was violent. Randall's, and there was glasses, but without beeswing, and I still don't know what that means. Right, I think if we put this with this, yeah. Robbery is the motive. Robbery confirmed as the motive. The criminals may have plans to return for the silverware they dumped. That is a fair point. But then you'd think that they would take it outside of the house, not dump it in the garden, because then you're going to have to break back in. The robbery could have been imitated to explain Sir Eustace's death. The silverware was not supposed to be found. That is what I think. Right. Are these connected? They are. I was going to say, is that too obvious? Apparently not. 3 people. There were 3 people drinking wine out of these glasses. One of the 3 probably prefers wine with bees wing. I don't know what that is. Right, fuck it. I'm googling it. You're coming with me on this journey. What the fuck is bees wing? A song by Richard Thompson. That's not what I meant. Paolo Nutini doing a cover of the song. A small village in Kirkcudbrightshire. No! What is it? I did not know that though that there was a town called Beeswing in Kirkcudbrightshire. Right. Potassium bitartrate. Also known as potassium hydrogen tartrate. It's a cream of tartar! He means cream of tartar! For fuck's sake! He means cream of tartar. I know what that is. You use it in baking. Why didn't you just say that, man? Fucking beeswing. Shut up. Has a low solubility in water. It crystallizes in wine casks during the fermentation of grape juice and can precipitate out of wine bottles. The crystal wine diamonds will often form in the underside of a cork and wine-filled bottles that have been stored at temperatures below 10 degrees Celsius and will seldom if ever dissolve naturally into the wine. It will also precipitate out of fresh grape juice that has been chilled or allowed to stand for some time. To prevent crystals forming in homemade grape jam or jelly, the prerequisite fresh grape juice should be chilled overnight to promote crystallization. The potassium bitartrate crystals are removed, filtering through 2 layers of cheesecloth. And I don't know what that is either. Oh, apparently it's the type of cloth people use in cheese making. The filtered juice may then be made into jam or jelly. In some cases, they adhere to the side of the chilled container, making filtering unnecessary. The crude form, known as beeswing, is collected and purified to produce the white, odorless, acidic powder used for many culinary and other household purposes. So, he means that there is some kind of cream of tartar stuff in the wine, something to do with the fermenting process. Yes, I think there were only 2 people. Is what I think. I don't see... Nothing on there said that people would ever want to drink wine with beeswing. That sounds weird. Violent behaviour and the inspector's tail link up. So your sister is violent towards his wife. Yep. The death of Sir Eustace could have been due to a poker blow. That is all connected to murderous visitor. Sir Eustace was murdered by the one person who was visiting that night. It was he who tied up Lady Brackenstall. He is tall and strong. That's not what I think, but okay. Ah, okay. But then that would mean she needs to be acquainted with a sailor. Because these 2 don't wank. Oh, okay, right, okay. That unlinks them. Death of Sir Eustace could have been due to his accidentally striking his head on a fireplace grate. And if you click that, and then put that back to that, it connects to domestic accident. Death of Sir Eustace was an accident caused by a struggle with his wife. Okay. Now, I feel like we must be missing a clue about a sailor, because there's a sailor's knot, and there's a thing about her knowing a sailor. Oh, I mean, we're missing a ton of stuff. We're meant to be doing stuff here. I mean, yeah, I wasn't planning to, like, be making any assumptions just yet, but I don't think it's a domestic accident either. I mean, it could have been, but I think these 2 have planned it. But I suppose it could be an accident. But I think these 2 are fucking up to something, is what I think.
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand.
You're saying it was
It might have
the
been
Brandles?
2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
Alright then.
We found your silverware, Lady Brackenstall. It had not been taken very far.
Is that true? I am very thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
Your ladyship?
Alright.
We found your mistress's silverware.
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
Indeed.
Right. I mean, it says I completed this, but I'm not sure what... Where's the thingy about the picture? Yeah, see, it doesn't say that she met... There's nothing about her meeting a guy at the Rock of Gibraltar. I'm not really sure what this has got to do with anything.
Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard, Mr. Holmes. And where is it?
In the garden well.
Excuse me?
Unique, isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware
Quite.
and throwing it down into a well?
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place. Or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery.
Well, yes, that is why you are there. Righty-roo. Oh, shit, I forgot that wouldn't take us home. Right, let's go back to Baker Street and analyse... What am I analysing? I've got the dog with me. Oh. Did Sherlock Holmes have a dog called Toby, or is this something they made up for this game? Like, I genuinely don't know. I feel like Toby's not a very Victorian name, but what do I know? I don't know. Maybe it was. It could be short for, like, Tobias or something, I suppose, couldn't it? Or, like, Tobithan. Alright, the rope, yeah.
Let us see how the rope was cut. The fibers at the end of the rope are smoothly cut.
Great, the bin men are
Let's
here.
find out
You're
what
probably able to hear
tools
it.
used to cut the rope.
Okay, let's try some scissors. Snappy snap.
The fibers from this cut appear to be different.
Yeah, because when you cut stuff with scissors, it smooshes it. A knife. God, they're making a lot of noise.
If I cut the rope,
Ah, it was cut with a
it
knife.
matches the original.
Oh my god, they're making so much noise. Right, here we are. The knotted rope and the sharp knife. The rope was cut once with a sharp knife and tied quickly in sailor's knots. That could indicate this intruder had a sailor's background. So if we do that, and then we have acquainted with a sailor, and then change it to poker blow, then it will change to the person that was visiting that night was probably a sailor. And we need to look for a sailor. Okay. Okay. Where would we find such a thing? I don't know if I was supposed to go back here, if I was supposed to look in his archives. Can you guys keep it down for the love of God? There's no need to be so loud. No need. It just says search for possible sailor suspects. It said search the archives. Fucking hell. Right, hold on. We're gonna have to go back to Baker Street. Remember in Riddle on the Rails when we got to take our archives with us? That was so much easier. I'm getting the feeling, because they're making me look for a sailor, that it's going to be a sailor and it's not going to be a deadly accident. I don't think it's... Well. No, there could be a sailor involved. There could be a sailor involved, and him and Teresa and Lady what's her name all were drinking together after they murdered him. But then why is he involved? Because they're lesbians, so why are they hanging out with a sailor from the Rock of Gibraltar? Right, what we're looking at, 1893, so... Rock of Gibraltar's arrival. Arrival of the Rock of Gibraltar, ship returned. The Rock of Gibraltar, a bulk carrier from the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, Cunard Building, James Street, London, has returned from a 6-month voyage through India, New Zealand and Australia. The ship brought to England Miss Mary Fraser, the heiress of the Fraser family, owning land in 10 mines in Australia. This reportedly beautiful young lady is presently engaged to Sir Eustace Brackenstall, one of the wealthiest gentlemen in Kent. So her name is Miss Mary Fraser.
Here it is. The shipping company, the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
They should do like a speedrun version of this game where it's like how quickly can you jump to the complete wrong conclusion. Like how quickly can you form a conclusion without even looking for like half the clues and just get it spectacularly wrong. Right, so task for Wiggins. Oh yeah. How do we get him? Is he the one you shout out the window? Aye. Our wee pal through the street.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
Yes, it's not weird at all when a grown man opens a window and shouts down to a child on the street and asks him to come upstairs. That's not even remotely suspicious.
I need a register, my young friend.
Yeah, you do need a register.
Borrow it. There will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893 and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
Cool, now he's just going to stand in my house.
I left it right on the table for you, sir.
Wonderful. Oh yeah, that's Watson's room. It's a very nice room. I'm just gonna see if I can change his outfit. Crikey, look at you standing there thinking you're the coolest thing since cool things were invented. Quite like the light suit. That makes him look like Rafe Fiennes. Like a lot. I want to put his wee hat on him. Yeah, let's have him kick around like that. What do you mean they're not equipped? They're not... Oh, I'm not allowed to have those facial hair options, am I not? Oh, I'm not allowed to have any facial hair. Oh, I'm not allowed to have my hat either. God, what a dick. Let me have my hat. Why am I not allowed a hat? Fine, I'll put on the top hat. Lame. Right, anyway. I look spiffing in my hat. Right, where did he leave that thing? Oh, this table. Right.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London Line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
Right. Gaia! Murder date, 7th of November, 1980. Oh, 18 even. So it's 1894. That's interesting. Right, arrival in London, May 23rd. Right, so what am I doing? Archibald Rogers. Am I just cross-referencing? So there's a Henry South.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Ah, okay, right. Oh, but it crosses them out, okay.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Okay.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime. I do not think that this sailor has any...
I saw
connection
Herbert,
to the case.
but yeah, that's not the right surname. This guy is, though.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime. Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
Okay.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
And so is this guy.
Captain Jack Crocker is our mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
This Crocker, do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him. Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
Alright then. Just bring him to our house.
Mr. Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like
It's actual Captain Birdseye.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why.
Tell me where you had the fish fingers. I'm gonna find out he's got fish finger residue in his beard. Honest? Did you honestly kill a man? Strong build. Okay, I'm just writing this man's crotch. Newspaper ink. Clean boots. Sea knife.
You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her. From when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
I don't know, I got that wrong the last time.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You? And what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right if there was no evidence.
What then?
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
Thank you.
You call that evidence?
Oh shit. I forgot that was a thing.
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Shark. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night?
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
What is Watson doing in the background?
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No. There is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzles.
Sherlock doing his usual, just making stuff up. Just deciding shit.
Dissected the bell rope.
Just like, I know stuff. What are you gonna do? Crocker is a fine man of the sea. Aged in his 40s, he is a capable, honest man, well educated despite not being very wealthy. He was in haste and he still read the morning newspaper and cleaned his boots before heading out. So, I mean, Sherlock's pretty convinced that he did it. Technically, we don't really have enough evidence to accuse him, but it's Sherlock and Sherlock will do whatever Sherlock wants. So, Crocker's involvement. Crocker's lying. His involvement is clear. He appeared as soon as he heard that I was looking for him, thus signalling his guilt. Crocker's alibi. Captain Crocker was aboard the Sharp on the night of the murder. He's not afraid to confront me and he had a confident demeanour. Well, we can't prove that he was on the Sharp, and like Sherlock said, even if we asked them, all they would do is say that he was, because they would cover up for their pal. The captain is the killer. The question is there any other thing, apart from the domestic accident? I don't think there is any other. Like, if I change that to 3, what happens? Oh, right, I'm sure, yeah. Okay, yeah, no. If we did that. And we did that. No. I'm trying to see. There must be a way to blame the Randalls. I'm just trying to figure out what it is. Yeah, there we go. The Randalls are guilty. So Eustace was murdered by the Randall gang. Robbery is confirmed as the motive of the crime. The case is too simple for you. Take this opportunity to give all of your credit to your friend Lestrade. Your name will not appear in the press. The speed with which you resolved this thorny problem is indicative of genius. The police naturally only demonstrated their incompetence. Right. So that's that one. If we change it back. But we change that to... And we change that to that. And it changes to domestic accident. Death of Sir Eustace was an accident caused by a struggle with his wife. Lady Brackenstall and her maid committed the crime in self-defence. She decided that there is no point in blaming this poor woman. Lady Brackenstall and her maid killed Sir Eustace and attempted to cover their crime. They deserve to be treated as criminals. And then if we change that to... I mean, I think it must be the sailor guy. Sir Eustace was murdered by one person who was visiting that night. The murderer is tall and agile and a high-ranking sailor. Jack Crocker is a murderer, and you will bring him and his accomplice, Lady oh, right, so it's saying that she was an accomplice. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was trying to imply that he just did it himself. Absolve Captain Crocker. The murderer was committing self-defence. Jack Crocker defended a woman against a violent and dipsomaniacal man. The mystery is solved, but he decided to keep it a secret. There's no need to inform the police. Oh no, don't put me in that position. Oh no. Because I wanted Lady Brackenstall and her girlfriend Teresa to live a really happy life together, but if I condemn her to jail or death, I don't know. But you also can't be going around killing folk. Should I absolve them? I think I should absolve them. Yeah, okay, let's absolve them, because I want Teresa and Lady Brackenstall to be happy together. I don't care what this guy does, but... Yeah, okay, I confirm my moral choice. I'll probably be fucking wrong anyway.
Could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
Why did he come back?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's a shame, because Mary loves Teresa, so...
It's true.
Oh, you meant so. Okay, cool. I got it right! Woohoo!
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear, and it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
Holy shit. Mate!
Please forgive me, Captain Crocker. I wished only to test your sincerity, and your words and deeds have far exceeded my expectations. See here, Captain Crocker, we'll do this in due form of law. You are the prisoner. Watson, you are a British jury. Captain Crocker, The evidence shows that you acted without premeditation and used reasonable force to protect an innocent victim from her husband's brutality. Your devotion pushed you to attempt to kill yourself in order to protect the one you love. Now, what say you, gentlemen of the jury?
Not guilty, my lord.
Aww.
Vox populi, vox dei. You are acquitted, Captain Crocker. So long as the law does not find some other victim, you are safe from me.
Mr. Holmes.
It is a great responsibility that I take upon myself, but I will give Lestrade an excellent lead, and if he can't avail himself of it, I can do no more. Come back to your lady in a year, and may her future and yours justify us in the judgment which we have pronounced this night.
Oh, yay.
Inspector, I'm afraid that the murderers have escaped us.
What? Do you mean to tell me that you failed? Never thought I'd live to see the day.
I mentioned the murderers, not the case. It is obvious that the crime was committed by 3 criminals who cannot be the Randalls.
You really think so?
You only need to find a gang of 3 thugs wandering around. I can trust you to do that.
If they exist, I'll catch them.
You'll find someone, I have no doubt of it. Goodbye, Inspector.
Yay! This time I have to be right. So Eustace was murdered by Captain Jack Crocker, who was visiting Lady Brackenstall that night. They stage it as a robbery by the Randall gang. Crocker used a sea knife to cut the bell rope to tie the lady and then hid the silverware in the well. Jack Crocker defended a woman against a violent and dipsomaniacal man. You decided to keep it a secret. I did it! I got it right! Finally! Woohoo! I'm back to being neutral again. I got it right! The Kew Gardens drama. Oh, I'm so happy I finally got a case right. Good lord, honestly.
Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever.
What the hell?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all...
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees
It's
come
the bee swang.
I increased the temperature
Bees are
of the
swinging.
room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
I worry about him. I really do.
and dangerous?
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this
Why is Watson not invited?
theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew.
Wait, someone stole
I'm
plants?
a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join
That's
me
the
if
whole
you like.
case.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Hashtag John
Since when
Locke.
did I become so transparent? Let us go.
Poor Toby, man. He doesn't want all these bees. Right, oh, so... An unusual theft has taken place at the Royal Botanic Gardens. A somber trail of deceit. Look at that, I finally got one right. And I got to keep the fork. Great, okay, well, that's another case in the bag. So we'll come back next time and find out what happened to these plants. And hopefully next time my computer will boot up a bit faster. Okay, I'll see you next time, everyone. Bye!